Hey everyone, I'm Leandra, and I'm here with Matthew Marcus, the writer and executive producer for The Quantum Suicide of Sophie Miller. Now, you wrote this as a play initially, and now you're turning it into a film. How did you come up with the story?
Well, I came up with the story after I graduated from college. I had a lot of free time, didn't really know what I was doing with my life. So I took the time to look at the topics that I loved or was interested in, but didn't know much about. Quantum mechanics was one of them. I could never hope to understand all the math behind quantum physics, but the concepts are just amazing. And I started looking more into it and learning as much as I could. And I stumbled upon the concept of quantum suicide, which is an actual thought experiment. It's not designed to actually be performed. It was just something to think about. And as soon as I read about it, I knew immediately that it would be the great premise for a story. So I started with that idea. What if someone performed the quantum suicide experiment? What type of person would do that? And then I just worked backwards from that moment to create a story around it.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit what the story is about?
Certainly. Our heroine is Sophie Miller, who is a quantum mechanics professor, and she's had a very troubled life. She contemplates suicide, and she's preparing herself to perform the quantum suicide experiment. And you learn throughout the film what exactly that is and the ramifications of the experiment, what it proves about science and religion even. I think the story has a lot to do about the intersection of philosophy, faith, science, and you learn about what she's going through, the moments of her life that have led her to this final life and death decision.
How long did it take you to write this, get it all together?
Well, the script has gone through so many revisions. I started writing it after college, and then originally it was a one-act play, which we mounted in Smithfield, Virginia. And then it was expanded to a full-length play, which got a stage reading in Los Angeles, and then it had to be adapted again for the screenplay. And even when we started filming, minor tweaks happen, here and there, like on set. So it still isn't finished really, but the story's been like 3 years in the making now. It's been a good chunk of my time, and I value opinions and the experiences that I've had over this journey, which is why I can't quite leave the script alone. But I guess once it's filmed, it'll be in the can, and then I won't be able to touch it anymore. So yeah.
What kind of success do you hope to gain from all of this?
I just want people to see it. I mean, I love this story. It's had a strong impact on my life. I think it speaks on some very deep levels to the issues of belief, dogma, guilt, and I just want to share that story with as many people as I can, which is why film makes sense, because so many people can see it that way instead of just, if it's a play, it just goes up for the night, And if it moves people just a fraction of the amount that it has moved me, then I'll be ecstatic.
What kind of adjustments do you have to make when you take it from a play to film?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it was one of our biggest hurdles. In plays, the actor really is the star. And I've had very talented actors. So you could write a page of text, just a straight monologue, and have an actor center stage. And if they own that monologue, then it's interesting for the audience. They can just sit and listen to that actor perform. Film, it can't do it. The audience want more. They expect more visually exciting, more dynamic shots. So we had to figure out what to do with all the monologues that I wrote in the play. And we've come up with a solid solution, I think, where we've turned a lot of these monologues into abstract montages. We go into the imagination of the character, and we have animated sequences, computer-generated effects, flashbacks. So we've really jazzed up a lot of those sections with some really fascinating film techniques that are going to be great to watch.
Well, thank you for chatting with me.
Of course.
Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to get the latest of behind the scenes for The Quantum Suicide of Sophie Miller. See you later.